Well, hello once again, everybody. It's a warm afternoon, and I'm in my little shed, which is outside. So I thought I'd have a go at putting a kit together. This is a kit for a little metal detector, actually. That's the sensing coil. Has a buzzer, and I thought I'd try and put this together for you. I'm not very good at putting kits together, but we maybe together we'll learn, and we can learn something as we go. I'm going to start with the capacitors for no reason, and they are capacitors, and they're easy to. I always check the value of everything I put in, and I have a component tester which you can see here, and that tells me this is a 53 nanofarad capacitor. It's actually marked. In fact, it's marked as 104, which will be 100 nanofarad, so that's not good for a start, is it? Let's see what this one is actually reading. This is marked as also 104. Let's just see what this one reads. That's also reading 51 nanofarads. These are obviously second components. This is one of the problems when you buy kits from abroad. You just don't know what you're getting. Here's another capacitor. Let's just see what this is. And that is 2326 picofarad, which is 2 nanofarad. It's actually marked 222, so that's about right. And this one is also marked. Let's see what this is marked. 222. So let's see what this one reads. That's also 222. That's all right. These two I'm not happy with. They read 104, which is 100 nanofarad. Yet they are on the circuit board as being 104. Well, I'll put them in and we'll see what happens. But if it doesn't work, we'll have to take it. This is a 104 hole. Put that in there. Turn it over. And let's find the other 104 place, which is there. You'll learn if you've watched my videos. I'm rather cack-handed. I'm quite old. And I do make mistakes. Maybe that will encourage you to have a go, because everyone makes mistakes. Circuits don't always work the first time. And maybe it'll make you feel a bit better if you try yours. Now we've got two 222 capacitors. One goes there. These are going to tune the coil. These are obviously across the coils. There's a 222 capacitor. And here is the other 222 capacitor, which goes in there. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Perhaps you can't. I do apologise if my videos aren't very good. So there's the other 222. Now we're going to do some soldering. There are many ways of actually doing the soldering. I tend to just balance mine on whatever's handy and just solder it. So there's that, balanced on there. Here's some solder. One soldering iron. Always clean my soldering iron before I use it, this is very handy, this brass sort of stuff. Cleans it up beautifully. And we'll just solder these in. Fortunately, I've got filming lights and they are blinding me. We'll put one in there. And one in there. One in there. And I can't really see what I'm doing, which is not unusual for me. One in there. Yeah, why don't you call a significant other in and say, look at this prat trying to put a circuit together. And solder that. And then we've got one more to solder here. There. And one more to solder. There. That should be 4 capacitors soldered in. Clip off the wires. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. Get some cutters that are sharp, I think. These are pound couplers. I get them all the time. And they are quite good, but when they go, you just have to throw them away. But when they work, they're actually quite good, and they're better than using expensive ones. And they just clip off wires quite easily. Right, so we've got 4 capacitors already in. Next thing I tend to put in are the resistors. These, of course, are marked, and what resistors we need are, we've got 200K, 470R, and I can't see the other one. I do need, I mean, there's the other one, and that's 2K. So this one is red, black, yellow. So it's brown, black, that's 3. Let's see what the value is. Shut up. Every time I make a video, cats come and yell and say they're hungry. You must think we're very mean to our cats. We're not. So on the component tester, this is 202.4K. So we've got a 200K somewhere. If I can see it. 470R, 2K. Where's the other one? 200K. 200K goes here. This is the sort of circuit in the olden days, and that's in fact a bit too big for the position. Never mind. My next resistor is here. I can actually see the value of this, but we'll test it. Like you always should. That's 1, 2, that. We'll test the value of this resistor. And this is 465 ohms. What do we got? We've got 2K. I don't think this is working very well. This tester is working very well. I'm in fact going to do it a different way. I'm going to get my my meter out. Where's my meter gone? There it is. Let's get the meter out. Can you see the meter? Yes, you can. Switch it on. Go to resistance. Now this one's got a yellow end, so we know, I believe we think this is 200K. So let's go to 200, let's go to 2 meg. And that's 440 ohms. So that's got to be 470R. You see how components are never what they're meant to be. 470R. You can see what I'm doing. Expect you can. And we have one more resistor here. And I'll measure this one. Can't see what I'm doing. And there's a low resistance. So we go to that, go to this, and that is 2 meg. 2K, I mean, sorry, not 2 meg, 2K. That goes in there. Do you see all these resistors are slightly too big for the circuit board? So it's all a bit of a mess. Unfortunately. Anyway, we'll solder these in. We're getting there, aren't we? Get me solder. Hope you can see as you can. Get my solder out. Solder these in. To solder. Heat up the component. Then apply the solder, which usually works. Now I'm going to do this one. And this one. And then finally one more resistor, which is, sorry, you see I'm very cack-handed. One goes there, one goes there. Move that wire out of the way, and we'll solder this one on. So that's now assembled. Cut off the resistor wires. Always keep the resistor wire off cuts. They're jolly handy for little bits. They're a nice tinned wire. and usually about 1 inch long. So you keep your offcuts of resistor wire. It can be handy. We're still recording, so there we are. We've now got the resistors and the capacitors in. So now it's time for some slightly larger things. We've got two transistors here. One is a 9012 and the other one is a 9018. So we will try and see which is which. Here's my magnifying glass. That is a 9018. It showed you which way to put them in. Really, you can't get this wrong. They should put the wrong one in the wrong hole. So that's the 9018. Push it down a reasonable way. Pull the side pins out to give you a little bit of attachment. And then this one is a 9012, which is good. And this goes here. By the way, if you can't get transistors in, I'm going to show you a little trick. It's quite handy. If you can't get all three wires in at once, cut them at an angle like that. I think so one's longer than the next is longer than the next. Now, it is an easy job to put in the first one. Easy job, he says. Then the next wire. And finally the third one. It does make it easier. So there's that one. We'll solder this in. I also see they've given me an extra transistor. I think there's only 2 transistors in this circuit. There are. So where they didn't give me the buzzer, they give me an extra transistor. Not really a fair... Anyway, let's solder these transistors in. Once again, don't worry about getting them hot. They don't worry. They're quite good. One. I'll do that one as well. There we go. 1. 2. I can't see very well what I'm doing here. Let's cut this one off. I think it's soldered in. Okay, now we'll cut. That one isn't soldered in properly, so we'll cut them short. Get to them. There we go. I've got one wire caught, which I haven't cut off properly. So I've got to solder this transistor back again. Now then, let's see if we've got to short it, because I think we've got to... Let's see how well I've done that. Oh no, they're all in. That's alright. So there are my transistors in, which obviously form some sort of indicator. We have got 3 transistors. We have got another one down here. That's a 9012. This is a 9012, which I looked at, I think. Just make sure. Yeah, that's a 9012 transistor. So we'll put this one in. Once again, we'll try and put it in the right way around. 1, 2, 3. Put these in. Put this on here. Try and solder. I've got to do something about these lights next time because I can't see what I'm doing. Got light shining in my eyes. 1, 2, 3. So I was actually a component missing. Okay, so that's that. Now we have got to insert an electrolytic capacitor, which is 1000 microfarad. And we do have 1000 microfarad. Well, it's a capacitor. Let's see if it's 1000 microfarad, shall we? Yes, it is. And electrolytic capacitors always have the negative marked. And the negative is marked with a white, in white. And the positive always tends to have a longer lead as well. Always has a longer lead. So there we go. Neg to neg, pos to pos. This will be to smooth the power supply. Push that right in. Bend the wires over. And 1, 2. Once again, snip off the wires. We're getting there. Now, what else is missing? LED, and I'll show you how to do those in a minute. And we've got this. This is the buzzer. Why not do that next? They tend to be marked with a positive, and there is actually a positive marked on there. The little tab end is positive. Does this show me which is positive on the circuit? Yes, it does. It's underneath that, so we know that negative will be the earth. So that's going to go in that way round. And fortunately, it does fit. As I said, they didn't supply this. This is my buzzer. And what I'm doing is I'm balancing it like that. This is how I do soldering. Other people do it their own way. And we'll put some solder on there. We'll just clean this a bit and solder on here. That's it. Clip those extra wires off. There we go. And now we've got 3 more components to fit. The first one is a variable resistor. Can only go in one way round because of the spacing of the wires. There's your variable resistor. That will be for sensitivity. So we'll put that in. Try and... No, it's fallen out. Let's try again. As you can see, I am... Right, let's put that there. Now I'm just going to push the wires over a bit to give me a bit of fixing. That's better. That's better. So we'll solder that in. One variable resistor. Now we've got a on-off switch. I don't know if this has got it 2 ways. Let's have a look and see how the circuit is designed. So that's going to switch on and off that way. In fact, it will only go in one way round, I think we'll find. Yes, it will. So that can go in there. This is the on and off switch. Now this is going to be difficult to hold in place, so I'll do my best. But I've got to put something underneath it really to hold it. And it's fallen out. And if I drop it on the floor, we're going to be stopping the recording because there is no way I am going to find that in a space of any time. I am a ham-fisted idiot. So excuse me a minute, I'm just going to go and look for my missing component. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. It's now half an hour later. I looked on the floor, the switch wasn't there. It was in fact in a little box. It had fallen into a little box. So, and this is the 3rd time of my trying to put it in because it keeps dropping out. So I've cheated a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of solder here just to hold this one pin in place. Now I've got a little bit more security. I can melt that solder, push that further in. That's better. Now we can solder the switch in. I'll try to anyway. They've actually put the switch contacts in parallel, so if it doesn't make on one side, it will make on the other. There we go, there's our switch. The penultimate item is the power connector, which is here. I'm going to do this slightly differently because I've actually got a wire thing, a thing I've wired up already for the power. So I knew it would be a pain. There's one. Believe it or not, there's now a bee in here, a wasp. This is ridiculous. It's only... There we go. So the final component to be soldered in is the LED. And if you look at any LED, it will have a flat edge. I hope it will. If we look at the shape of it from the top, we'll find it's got a flat edge. And that flat edge goes there. So I'm just showing you that goes in there. It's actually marked. There's your LED. 1, 2. Solder her in. Sticky on my finger. And we're still on camera. That's amazing. We're still recording, which is even more amazing. I use a very old camera for recording. One my son gave me, and I think I've just mucked that up. No, we're all right. So cut off the wires to the LED. The metal detector is now finished. I wonder if it'll work. Shall we see? Shall we see? Knowing my luck, it won't. I'll tell you what I did do. Before I started, I put this together. This is just a... It says between 3 and 5 volts on the voltage thing here. So I've put a battery with about 4 volts on it here. I'm going to connect this up very simply. In fact, what I can do is... Have I got a screwdriver? I bet I haven't got a screwdriver. And I haven't got a screwdriver. If I had a screwdriver, I could actually... Give me a minute, please. Here we are. No, it's not a screwdriver. It's a bit of metal. Glass case. I haven't got a screwdriver. Can you believe an electronic bench without a screwdriver? I can, because it's mine. Right. I was going to put a couple of wires in there and just use that. I wonder if we can do it by bodging. Don't think I've got a screwdriver. Please excuse me a minute. There it is. There's my screwdriver. So now we can loosen this up and put 2 of the wires I said to keep. 2 of the offcuts in, which will be jolly handy. There's one. Oops. There's one wire in. There's another offcut in, slightly different diameter. That's how that goes in there. Sorry, I've just got a mouthful of solder fumes. They're not good, are they? Here we go, this goes in here. Tighten this up. So now hopefully, and I will just check. Positive is on the left. So here's my battery. I don't know which is positive, which end is positive. That end is positive. Positive is on the left. Negative is on the right. I wonder what will happen. Hey, it works! Wow! So let's turn the sensitivity down. There we go. Put some metal near it. And it works. Wow. One metal detector. So this is the sensitivity. So it just turned off completely. Turn the other way. You want it just on the border of instability. Bring some metal near it. And it works! Well, isn't that amazing? It's the first kit I've built in many years. And it actually works. Great. Well, on that wonderful note, thanks for watching. Hope you'll watch again. I hope you didn't do everything I showed you, because as you see, I muck things up. But perhaps that's the way you do it. And it will give you some encouragement that not only you drop things on the floor and lose things, that have a go at building a kit. It's only a couple of quid. I'll put a link to the kit supplier, or one of the kit suppliers, underneath the video, and maybe you'd like to order one. No, I don't get anything out of it, nothing to do with me at all. I'm not on commission or anything. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again when I'm going to take some... I've got another kit to put together, which will be really exciting. And got some more birthday cards to see how they work, electronic birthday cards. One that records a voice. Let's see how that works. Thanks again for watching, and see you again soon. Bye-bye.